Hello and welcome to another Monday Night Live with Created by Cassie. I am Cassie and I am so thankful that you're choosing to spend your time with me tonight. I am really excited about tonight's bundle. I can't wait to show you guys the cards that I've created with it. But to start out with, if this is your first time watching me, go ahead and put this emoji down in the comments so that I can say hello and welcome you to my channel. Make sure that you have hit that subscribe button and that you have hit the bell so that you are notified anytime that I go live or load a new file or new video onto my channel. All right, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday. It was a pretty good Monday for me, pretty slow, pretty nice. Quickly, we do have our Stampin' Up BOGO, buy one, get one 50% off on all sweets and sweet items. This is going until the 30th, the end of June. So you've got a couple more days to go through and get those items that you may want off your wish list. Also, I would love to send you a card in the mail. If you would like to sign up for my email list, you can do that. You can also add your address. I will add you to my, hey Debbie, how are you doing? Hope you're having a great day. I will add you to my card mailing list. I mail cards in a rotation monthly, so if you'd like to be on that, make sure you sign up for that. Also, if you want to be added to the birthday card list, you just put your birth month and day, and I will add that. And it is only for me and just for my eyes, and just to be able to go ahead and send you guys cards, because I absolutely love to do that. All right, so really quick, I just wanted to let you all know that I did load a Artistically Cassie. Hey Bev, how you doing? I did load a Artistically Cassie video. I think it was on Saturday, Friday or Saturday, might have been Thursday. But it is on my YouTube channel. I have it linked in the description. Everything is linked. If you wanted to sign up, email list, address, all that, that's also in the description. But I did load that Artistically Cassie video. That's the third in the series. And I created this card right here. How cute is this? It's a little, kind of like a little easel sort of card. It folds flat here. Super cute. I'll show you up close once I flip it down, flip the camera down. But definitely go in the description, check that out. It's a really, really fun, cool card. And then normally I will do a recipe card for anybody on my email list with those. I have an alternate for this one because this is going to be part of a class that I have coming out this week. So keep a lookout on that for emails on that. If you haven't and you want to be in that class, go ahead, make sure you are signed up for my email list, and that's in the description. All right, so real quick, our bundle for tonight is the Charming Day bundle. This is a new bundle coming out with the online exclusives coming in July. You definitely don't want to miss on this this bundle. It's so pretty. The DSP with it is just, it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So let me go ahead, point you down. I'm going to show you the card really quick. That is from my Artistically Cassie. So it is this card right here. It's from the Cheers and Sips bundle, and I guess it's a suite as well. I did this for a swap card. When you flip it over, you have your spot to do any of your writing that you want on it. It does have a little accordion kind of thing at the bottom, and it'll sit up. It's a nice, really pretty display type piece as well. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this, go on over down into the description and click on that video and take a look at that. All right, so yes, I love it too, Debbie. It's nice. Ah, hello, Jean. Is it Jean? Did I say that right? You are from Southern Oregon. That is awesome. I have only been to Oregon once, but it was really, really pretty. All right, so this is our bundle for tonight. This is Charming Day. Again, this comes out in July with online exclusives. It is beautiful. It is a red rubber stamp set, and we have some beautiful dies here. We have these, this is a floral with the leaves included. This is a separate leaf die right here. We also have this beautiful G-Ann. Okay, G-Ann. Nice. I like that. That's a pretty name. So we have this one right here. This is gorgeous as well with leaves. We have this stunning flower right here. I can't wait to show you my first card and what I did with this. And then we also have this beautiful little rosebud right here. So pretty. And then these cut out these stamps right here once you stamp them. And then the sentiments that we have are: thanks for being you, happy birthday, can't wait to see you again soon, hey, and you made my day. I like these sentiments a lot. They are really, really nice. They're really, they go across the spectrum. Kind of gives you a little bit of everything. All right, and I do want to show you the DSP that is with the suite with this, because it is stunning. So I think this might be, I don't know, I can't pick a favorite here. But look at this piece. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. On the back here, we have our pretty peacock with like a leaf pattern, kind of. We have this one here. This is Berry Burst. How beautiful is this? So pretty. And then we have our Berry Burst on the back. Look at how bright that is. Bright and cherry. So fun. We have this beautiful one here. This, I believe, it's either Night of Navy or Blueberry bushel. It might be a mixture of both because both colors are in this paper here. And then we have our Timid Tiger here on the back. It's so pretty. It's got little florals in it with some of the leaves throughout. So pretty. We've got this one here. I love it. We've got the Timid Tiger. We've got the Petal Pink. And we've also got the Berry Burst. Like, who would have thought that those colors would have gone together? But they're so, so pretty. And the back of that is Mossy Meadow, which is, I think, the only green in this set, or in this DSP. This one is stunning. Absolutely beautiful. We have pretty peacock integrated in here. So, so pretty. And I love these little roses. And then you do have the tiny little rosebuds here. So, so pretty. And the back of that is this one. It's this kind of the same pattern as the Timid Tiger here, but this is, I believe this is Night of Navy. It doesn't look quite as Blueberry bushel to me, so I think it's Night of Navy. And then this last piece here, oh, it's beautiful as well. We have the Blackberry Bliss here. We still have our Berry Burst. So beautiful. And then the back of this is our Berry Burst. How gorgeous is that? I love, love, love this paper. It is so, so pretty. The suite also comes with this ribbon here. It's not really ribbon. It is trim. I haven't opened it yet. It's very thick, but it's so pretty. Look at that. So pretty. And it's going to be really easy to pull apart and make it a little bit more of an organic kind of look with this trim here. It's so pretty. But this comes with the suite. And then also with the suite are these beautiful gems right here. We have our Petal Pink. This is our Berry Burst. And I believe this is Pretty Peacock. So pretty. And these are Charming Shimmer Faceted Dots. How pretty. The sparkle on them is amazing. Yeah, you can see it in the camera. Oh, it's stunning. So, so pretty. All right, so let's go ahead get into our first card. Probably my favorite. So it is this card right here. And if you watched my, I think it was 2 lives ago, I did something similar to this, trying to get this type of flower with it. I couldn't get it because the bundle I was using didn't have it, but This right here has Beauty and the Beast kind of vibes to me. That's what I was going for. So this is part of the bundle. It's the decorative pieces. We also have the everyday arches, which you guys know I absolutely love. And I also incorporated the DSP in here. So pretty. I think the colors just meld really pretty together. All right, so let me go ahead and show you how I did this one. So for this, what I did was I cut out 2 different color cardstock. So I used this die right here. What I did was I only cut out in Berry Burst up to kind of like around here, because I just want this piece right here, that floral part. And then I cut out a piece of, this is Old Olive, because I wanted it just a little bit lighter than the Mossy Meadow. But what I'm going to do is cut down to get just these little, kind of like you can see here, just to get those little leaves right there, just to have it show only those little leaves right there. So I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to cut this kind of straight across here, and that's going to give me just this part right here, just those little leaves there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our flower top here, and we just want to lay that right over, and then we're just going to glue it down right there. So that way we have our beautiful top. Hey Jen, how you doing? We have our beautiful top flower here, but we also have a different colored stem. So I'm going to grab my green glue. I prefer green glue, but whatever you like is what you should use. So I'm just going to stick a little bit of glue here, and I'm going to take this and just stick it right over, glue this down here, and I leave that little stem on the top of the flower until I go to put it down. You can also actually glue it down, but I trimmed it off. I just want it there just to keep it secure for the moment while the glue dries. All right, so we're going to make, I think it's called a cloche, I think is what I had said it was before the other week when we did something similar to this. So I have to make this piece here. This is retired, unfortunately, but you guys know I love glimmer paper. We do have some glimmer paper that is coming out. I've used it a couple times, but this one definitely called for the white glimmer paper. Look at the sparkle on this. Can you see that? Sort of. Oh, it's just beautiful the way that it shimmers. So what I did was I took this piece here, and you can just use regular white cardstock. You can put your Link of Stella on there if you want it to, if you don't have this one, or you can do any color glimmer paper that you have and work around that. So I'm going to take this flower, I'm just going to kind of trim off some of that stem right there, and then I'm just going to take my dimensionals here, and I'm just going to stick these down. I'm going to cut this one in half. I actually think I need my minis. I think I do need my minis, but I'm just going to cut this one in half again. I think this will work. I think I used my minis on the other one. So I'm going to stick one right there on that leaf, one right here on this leaf, and then I'm going to just cut a really teeny tiny off of this side here of my dimensional sheet, and I'm going to stick one right here, and then this other one's going to go right down here at the very bottom. And then as you can see, you can't see those, and that's what we're going for. We don't want to be able to see those dimensionals on the front here. So I'm going to grab my little bowl here, How was your day? Did everybody have a good Monday? Monday came real quick. I wasn't prepared for another week. All right, so I'm just going to lay this down here, center it. I'm going to push down. I'm going to lift it up just to make sure. Yep, that looks perfect. All right, and so that is now going to stay right there. And we have that shimmer in the background, and we have our beautiful rose here. Then to make the top part here, I have a piece of, I've already cut it out with the Everyday Arches. I love our Everyday Arches dies. They are one of my absolute favorites. But this is a window sheet, and it's basically just a clear piece of, I think it's acetate, I think is what it's called. But we call them window sheets. So I cut out the same size as the paper down here, so that it's going to go straight over. And then to get this gold here, what I did was I took the same size die as this one. I put that in, and then I put the smaller die on the inside, and that makes the frame. And again, I will link in the description the other my other video that I made one of these. I might have gone a little bit more detailed there. But what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to grab my silicone mat, and I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal here. This is just like a roller, a glue roller. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to every I don't know, maybe like half an inch, quarter of an inch, I'm just going to go through and add a little bit of this seal, just enough that it's going to stick to, whoops, let's see, sometimes these don't want to, there we go, just so that it's going to stick really nicely to our window sheet. And our Stampin' Seal works wonderful. We also have a Stampin' Seal Plus that is extra sticky. So if you need something a little bit more than just regular Stampin' Seal, see, make sure I got the corners. Yep. All right, so I'm going to put my window sheet right here. Oh, that's cute. Cutest arch frame at Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby has some great stuff. All right, I'm just going to line up the two corners with the two corners of my window sheet here. I'm sure that's going to be beautiful, Debbie. Put that out, and oh, that's going to be so pretty. I love arches. Never realized that until these dies came out, and then it was like, oh my gosh, I love arches. All right, and if you have a little bit of the seal come through, the good thing is you can kind of scrape it off a little bit. All right, so we have our window sheet here, and we have our frame going around here. And what I'm going to do is cap that up, and I'm going to grab my, these are foam adhesive strips. I love these. These are basically dimensionals, but in strips. And can you see here? They're just in little strips here. You can maybe see. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab one of these strips here, if I can get it off. I've been working on another one. I haven't started a new one in a while because these last for forever, it seems like. All right, so I'm going to pull this off here. See how long it is? And what I'm going to do is flip my arch over, and I'm just going to take this piece here, and every so often I'm just going to do a little bit just to have it pop up, because I want it to have a little bit of dimension. Now if we were going to put any type of shakers in here, we would want to go all the way around with the with our adhesive. All right, so I'm just going every now and then just so that once I stick it down, it's going to stay popped up. We're not going to have any pieces that sag. Nobody wants a saggy card, right? All right. Do you guys love adhesive strips? When I first started, I was like, I don't know what those adhesive strips are for. I'm like, I'm never going to use them. And I use them all the time now. I love them. The only thing you want to make sure is as you're going around these corners that you're not seeing your foam adhesive strip around the side there. So we want it to be hidden behind. All right, and then one more. Let's see. Get that little guy right there. And then, and these adhere really nicely to the window sheets. I love how it just adheres there. All right, so I'm gonna pick this up easily here. So this one we can sort of see. So I'm just gonna kind of maneuver them around if I feel like I can see them. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my back part right here, and I'm going to take off the paper on the adhesive strips, and I'm gonna do the same thing that I did when I put the whoops, got it stuck to me. When I put the frame around it, I'm going to line the two ends, the two corners at the bottom here. Push those down, and then I can get the top here centered, and then the rest of it will just fall into place, just like that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I just love it. It's so pretty. It's got the sparkle from the glimmer paper in the back. It's also got the shine from the gold, as well as the window sheet. Kind of gives it a little bit of a nice little glow to it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start assembling. And I think I lost my, nope, my little dot's still in there. Okay, that's good. I need that. All right, so I have, this is Highland Heather for the card base here. So I'm going to burnish that, which just means I'm gonna crease it right here, make it nice and crisp. And I have, this is not Flirty Flamingo, this is Fresh Freesia. And this is our DSP here. It's the back of this one right here. Isn't that beautiful? But this is just the back of it with the Blackberry Bliss. And I'm just going to take my DSP and glue it down with my green glue. And I love green glue because it gives you that time to kind of move it around and manipulate it if you get it a little bit off center. Kind of lets you wiggle it around and get it to where you are actually wanting it. I always have a hard time when I use seal because I can't scoot it around. All right. Then I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this one. Yes, the strips are just amazing. I have quite a few as backup, which I don't know why I have them as backup because they last for forever. But I use them all the time now. I just love them. They're so handy, especially for this type of project. And I love to do shaker cards as well, and oh, they're perfect for shaker cards. All right, so my base opens that way, and I'm going to hold my two corners here and try to get this to be centered. Let's see, I think that's pretty good. A little crooked down here. Hi, Anna. What, Kentucky? That's a fun state. I have not been there, but I have heard that it's gorgeous there. All right, so we have our DSP back here. Thank you. Yes, isn't it gorgeous? This Beauty and the Beast kind of inspired. This just reminds me so much. This flower just reminds me so much of that. I just love it. It's so pretty. All right, so this is going to go right here. But what I want to do first is I want to put my sentiment down before I glue anything. So I actually, to get this to be white, what I did was I heat embossed. So I'm going to grab my heat embossing items here. I'm sure it's beautiful. I've heard it's very beautiful. All the land and everything. Oh, so pretty. All right, so I'm going to do, this is the white, my white powder here. I'm going to try to leave that right there just so that I know where I am stamping. This is my embossing buddy. This is going to get any of that like static or dust or whatever off so that it doesn't hold on to those granules from the powder here. I'm going to grab my Versamark, open that. The stamp that I'm using is, it says, "I appreciate you so much." This is actually from, I believe it's a kit, Garden of Thanks. This was a 2024 kit. I feel like we might still have this one. I meant to look and I completely forgot. But I love going through any of my kits or my paper pumpkin stamps because they're always usually like really small and they are perfect for things like this. So I'm just going to put my Versamark on here and I'm going to do my best to stamp this in the center and straight. Seems like it'd be easy, but it's a little challenging. I'm going to pull this guy out. There we go. All right. Cap this guy up. Okay. Going to move this over. And I'm going to get my powder. This is our, if I can open it here, our Wow embossing powder. This is the opaque bright white. This is probably, I think this is probably my favorite of the colors. I really like the gold as well. And I'm just going to use this little spoon here and I'm just going to stick that powder on here, kind of shake it off there. And I always do a second pass. I find that it gets any of those spots that it may have missed the first time. And then I just kind of go around, if I have any of those granules, brush those off. It does come with, when you buy the little kit that goes with our embossing, to get our embossing buddy, you get a little tray, you also get this little brush here. I just sometimes have, when it's the smaller ones like this, I have a hard time getting it to not go over those little tiny letters. So I just use my fingers. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to put the lid on this so I don't turn my heat tool on and have it go everywhere, because I would do that. All right, so I'm going to grab our heat tool here. This is our heat tool here. We have, it goes from 1 and 2. 1 is to dry, and then number 2 is to do heat embossing. So I'm going to turn this on. You can preheat it, or you can just go ahead and just kind of run it over. It takes a couple extra seconds to get it going with that preheat, but it still doesn't take too long to get that to change color here. And this is just going to melt that powder and make it really, really bright white. Oh, it's so pretty. All right, perfect. Okay, whoops. So here we go. We have our sentiment there. Isn't that beautiful? And look how bright it is. Amazing. I love heat embossing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and lay this back out. I'm going to put this right here. And we have our little bottom piece here. Did I lose it already? I probably did. I had it. I totally had it. Is it behind here? Nope. Here it is. This is from the jar punch. This is the lid for the jar in the jar punch. And I'm just using that as the little stand down here. So I just want to make sure I know where this is going to go. It's going to go just like that. So I'm going to grab my green glue again. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back here. Whoops. I lost it. All right. And I'm just going to center this with keeping a little bit of that room down to have our little pedestal be able to hold our little cloche up. All right. Make sure that is pushed down. All right. Then for our little piece right here, I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to grab my strips again. And I'm just going to put a little strip down here. Where's the sticky part? Right here. I'm going to put a little strip right here. Snip it off. This back over here. You can use it later. All right, and I'm just going to make sure that it is stuck on. Take that backing off, and I can stick this right down. Just going to make sure it looks like it's in the center. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty. I love the gold on here. Then what I did was I took, this is a retired punch. It's a 3/8 inch punch, but it's a good size to make this little dot that is going to go here on the top right there. I know that there are plenty of other punches we have that would do the same thing. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull up a little bit on my, if I can, the frame here. I'm going to take my little circle here, and I'm just going to sandwich it down in there. Is that center? Not quite. Go right here. There we go. And you just push that down, and then that's stuck. Isn't that beautiful? It's a little off center. It's okay. Isn't that beautiful? So, so pretty. And then to embellish, I used our new flower accent embellishments here. I think these are supposed to come back in stock this week, if I remember correctly. So I'm just going to take my little tool here. I'm going to grab a larger one. I'm going to stick that down here. I'm going to grab a smaller, stick that one right beside it, and then one up here in this top corner. And that's our first card. Look how beautiful that is. Oh, I love it. It's so pretty. So, so pretty. All right. Hope you guys liked that one. That was so much fun to create. I loved it. Well, I still love it. All right, so let's go to number 2 here. Put these down here out of the way. All right, so for our second one, we're going to create this card right here. Look how beautiful that is. We've got our DSP back here. We've got our cutout from our bundle here, and then we have our sentiment here as well from the bundle. So, so pretty. All right, so how I did this one, I have, this is Blackberry Bliss, a Blackberry Bliss base. Here it is. I'm going to go ahead and burnish that. Yes, Anna, let me know if you make that card. It's going to be, it's a gorgeous card. So, so pretty. Oh, wow, Anne, you're from Australia. That's amazing. I know it's beautiful over there. My mom used to live in Australia years and years ago. All right, so I have a basic white right here, and then this is part of our DSP. It's the back is the blue, and I'm just going to grab my green glue, and I'm going to glue this down to my basic white. Whoops, I have a piece of, yep, I had a piece of glob in there. Gave it a little too much, but it's okay. All right, and this is only an 1/8 of an inch border around this DSP with the white, the basic white. I just wanted a little bit of color, but not too much. Just kind of wanted it to pop a little bit like a frame. All right. Then, oh, and I am using a different DSP. I wanted to kind of show the variety. So this was, I mean, they're basically the same colors, but these are the roses, and these are, I'm not quite sure what flowers those are, but they're beautiful. So we can see which we like better, which DSP we like better. But everything else is the same. All right. Then I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals. I love that when I switch things up with the DSP, even if it's the same exact design, it gives it a different feel sometimes. You go slightly different on that pattern, and it can give it a whole different feel. All right. I think it goes that way, right? Yep, it goes this way. So I'm going to go ahead and center this here. There we go. Oh, perfect. Isn't that beautiful? I love this paper. Those roses are just beautiful. All right. These are from our Stylish Shapes dies that we have. This is Blackberry Bliss, and this is Berry Burst. Both are pretty much prominent in the DSP. So what I did, I made it into like a little bit of a diamond here. So I just glued down my Berry Burst to the Blackberry Bliss. Do you guys have a favorite color of our DSP? I mean, of our cardstock? I like all the pinks. I don't know that I can pick one favorite. But I really like Blackberry Bliss. Out of the colors here, I like the Blackberry Bliss. All right. Perfect. All right, so then I just took and put some dimensionals back here. As you guys know, I love dimensionals. If you're new here and don't know, I love my dimensionals. Whoops. All right. And I did 5, so I did 1 in the middle as well, just to make sure we weren't sagging. So I don't like my, oh, I took that one off. I don't like when the middle of my card sags. I like it to be very firm. All right. Then it opens this way, right? Yep. I'm just going to center this as best I can. That looks pretty good. I'm going to push that down. All right, then this is from this die right here. That's part of our bundle, and it comes out like this. It cuts out these little pieces here in the middle, and I think that's beautiful because then you get to see that through the card here. You can see it through the back to the Berry Burst there. And what I did, I took, of course, my dimensionals, and I just cut little pieces here. to fit in those little areas. Just so that I could get it popped up. Put this one here. Let's see, that one's a bit thick. Let's go really skinny. Grab this one. That'll fit there, and this other one will fit right, if I can get him. Here he is. He'll fit right down here. Perfect. I'm just going to take these off. The small ones are always hard to get off. Alright, I think that one, yep, that one's already off. And I'm just going to take this and stick this right here in the middle. Push that down. This is also one of the kind of more detailed dies. It's this one right here. I love these leaves. They're so pretty. I love how they have the little accent there in the middle. So pretty. And what I did, I just cut these top 3 off right here. Then I'm going to cut this little strip right here. I think actually, yep, I cut them apart. So I'm going to cut this one off here. And then, I think I did this one. I was fiddling around with all my little pieces. Alright, then, oh, Anna, good. I'm glad. I'm glad you found me too. I'm glad that you're enjoying the cards. I had so much fun making them. Definitely make sure you subscribe and put on the bell. That'll definitely notify you whenever I post a video or go live. I did just post, I have a series, Artistically Cassie, and it's pretty much where I just kind of go with whatever I want to do and make it a little bit more artsy. And I just posted a video last week creating this card here. So I have that linked in the description if you are interested in this one as well. You can go over and take a look at that one after this. It's not so pretty. That's the Cheers and Sips. Oh, I love that bundle. It was so fun. I did a swap with a couple other demonstrators, and I created that as part of it, and oh, that's one of my favorite cards I think I've ever made. Alright, so I'm going to take this here, I'm going to stick it right underneath, and I'm going to try to keep it so it's not all the way off the squares right here, a little diamond area. Then, let's see, flip these over, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just cut little tiny pieces here. We've got to use all our dimensionals, right? Don't leave any dimensional unused. You can always use the little tiny ones. Alright. And I'm just going to take the back off of that. And then I just kind of placed these on this side over here. Whoops, come back here. And I'm going to stick this one here. Oh, how pretty. Isn't that beautiful? Then I'm going to take my Wink of Stella. This is basically our glitter brush. And I'm just going to go over this with my Wink of Stella. I call it Stella. I'm going to go over it here with my Stella. And I'm just going over the whole thing. I'm going over the whole flower as well as those leaves. And that just gives it such a beautiful shimmer. Oh, I love it. Do you guys use your Wink of Stella? I don't use it nearly as much. I know on my team, on my demonstrator team, we have 2 different Amy's, and Amy with a Y loves her Wink of Stella. So I think this is right up her alley. Alright, I don't know if you can tell that's on there. Maybe not. but it's on there and it shimmers. Oh, it's so beautiful. All right, then for the sentiment here, I have a piece of, this is fresh freesia, and then I'm gonna put behind it the Blackberry Bliss. I'm gonna use the stamp from our set. It's the Happy Birthday. Isn't that a beautiful font? It's kind of fun because it's a little bit playful. It's not straight. It's a little bit more up and down, and a different kind of like pattern. I really liked it. I thought it was fun. Added a little bit of fun to the card. All right, and then for this I used the Berry Burst ink, and I'm just going to take this, I'm going to tap 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 just real gently and just kind of hold it there for just a little second. Just always like to make sure I get enough ink, and then I'm just going to center this here. I'm going to do my best to make sure the bottom of my Y's are in line with each other on this piece here, on the fresh freesia. Let's see, let's go right there. I'm going to push down, not too hard. I'm just going to leave it for a second, let it, well, I didn't quite get it straight, but it's okay. Actually, we can flip it over and try again. That's one thing I love about our cardstock, is it's thick enough that you can do that. You can flip it over. We'll try that. See if I go a little bit closer to myself. I can, there we go. Hopefully that's straight. A little bit better. Isn't that pretty? It's kind of like a fun font and a fun way to arrange the letters on there. All right, so I'm going to take my green glue. I'm just going to flip this over. This is the first time I tried, but I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. Whoops, that came out really quick. I had a glob. Do you guys have the problem I do? I forget to put the lid on my glue, and then that happens. I get globs in it. All right, I'm going to center this right here. Oh, I love how that Blackberry Bliss just pops it. Oh, it's so pretty. Close my glue. I don't get any more globs there. Then, if I can grab it, this is going to go right here, and I'm going to, of course, put dimensionals. Yes, it is, Amy, yes. Amy loves her glitter, her Stella. Yes, and Amy's Crafting Collective, she is starting her channel, and if you are interested, she's going to start doing her videos. I think it was the 1st of July, right, Amy? She makes beautiful cards as well, so definitely check her out too. There we go. Isn't that pretty? All right, and then we're going to use one of my absolute favorites, the Iridescent Faceted Gems. These are just stunning. I love these, the shimmer that it gives from that center. Oh, it's so pretty. All right, so I'm going to use 3 of these. I'm going to put this one up here, and then I'm going to grab some of these smaller ones here. Let's put this one down here. And let's go over here with this one. And that's card number 2. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I love it. Which DSP do you like better? I'm not sure. They still look very similar. Oh, absolutely, Amy. You make great cards. I love your stuff. Anybody that loves my stuff's gonna love your stuff too. So pretty. You're gonna have to let me know which one, A or B, is the DSP you like better. I don't know. I can't pick one. All right, and I have one more, and this one's a really fun one. I had a lot of fun making this one. This is a little bit more of a fun fold kind kind of card. So this one here, this is using the stamp. I'm going to show you how I colored this. It opens this way, and then it also opens this way, and I forgot to stamp in here, but that's okay. Isn't that beautiful? And when it stands up, oh, it's so pretty because this kind of pops open a little bit. It kind of just looks like it's a little, almost a little door opening to like a garden or something is what I was thinking when I was creating it. So let me show you how I did this one. This one's a lot of fun. I know I don't use my Wink of Stella nearly as much as I should. Whenever we get together for our team meetings, it's like almost every other Tuesday, and I tell you, our Amy with a Y, she almost always has Wink of Stella on it, and I love that. I forget about it too. All right, so this is Petal Pink. Go ahead and burnish that. This is part of our DSP. It's got that, this is pretty peacock on the back. This is one of our new in colors. This is Cloud Cover. I love this color so much. It is such a pretty blue. So I put that right there underneath to kind of frame it. And I just glued this one on. I'm going to glue this down. I love this cloud cover. It's so pretty. I wasn't sure about it at first when we saw it on stage, but the more that I work with it, the more that I love it. It's one of my favorites. I use it constantly. All right, so we have our DSP here. So this is going to go right on our card base, and of course, I'm sure you could have guessed it, I am going to pop this up with my dimensionals. I go through way too many dimensionals, but that's what makes the card so much fun, right? Because you've got it different dimensions, and it gives it a lot of interest and different, I sometimes think different textures because of the way that it kind of up and down and all over the place. I just think, oh, I just love it. So pretty. All right, so this is my other way of centering. Let's see, I think that looks pretty good. I love this design. It's so pretty. It's got the petal pink, and surprisingly, this is Timid Tiger. I was going all over the place trying to figure out what color is in here to make it like this orangish kind of color here, and I finally realized it was the Timid Tiger. So I went through I tried Cajun Craze, I tried Calypso Coral, and I tried another one. Which other one? I'm not sure which other one I tried, but it's the tiger. All right, so here is our arch here. This is an arch opening. So how I did this was I took a piece of my DSP, of my cardstock, and kind of like we do with like our card base, I cut it and I had the seam on the side. When I put let me grab my dies here. Everyday Arches. Yep, that's these. I love these suckers. They are, oh, my favorite. So I took the side here. I lined it up, but I left that edge. Let's see if I go this way, if you can tell. I think that's better. I left just that very, very, like that straight edge that's going to cut. You see that? I left that off over that score there. And when you run it through, it's going to give you this. It's not going to cut that. And so it's going to allow you to open it, which I love. It makes it so much fun. Then I took, this is our, some of our new foil, and it has this beautiful floral pattern on it, which I thought was perfect for this this card. It's got this beautiful floral, and it's got this beautiful shine on it from the foil part. And I just glued this down right on top. So I wanted a little something kind of like shimmery, shiny. I almost went with gold, with a smaller gold arch right there, but I was like, I think I need something a little bit less bold, a little bit more subtle. All right, perfect. Just make sure. Yep, we're good. All right. Then this is going to go and get glued on here. We'll go ahead and glue it down. Oh, you haven't used them yet, Anna? You're gonna love them. You're gonna love the arches. What's funny is my upline, when the arches came out, she was like, I don't know why anybody would like those. You know, she was like, I don't like the arches. And I'm like, well, you're crazy, because the arches are amazing. And as I started to use them, she was like, oh my gosh, I love those arches. And now they're one of her absolute favorites to use. It's so funny. Yes, Anna, definitely. It is Amy's Crafting Collective. She's starting on July 1st, I believe. So pretty. All right, look at that shine on it. Oh, it's so pretty. All right, let's go ahead, and I'm going to show you how I did the coloring here. So this is just a piece of basic white. I am going to grab the large flower here of our stamps. I'm going to grab my bigger block here. Just a random bigger block I have. It's not a Stampin' Up block, but it does the purpose. All right, and then I'm going to grab my Memento black ink, the Tuxedo black. See if I can get this off without getting it on me. And I'm just going to flip it over, and I'm just going to tap it down on here. This is what I like to do with the larger stamps. I just think that it gives it a better coverage, because it's easier to tap it on here than vice versa. All right. Put that right there. So I'm going to stamp this down. I like to hold mine for a second or two just to make sure it transfers all the way. Then I'm going to go ahead, since I've got this out, I'm going to do this little one in here. And this is the little bit smaller of that floral stamp. Not beautiful? It's so pretty. And I'm going to grab a smaller block for this one. And this one I will do the tap method, because it'll fit over the whole ink pad here. All right, and then on my arch that's going to go on the inside, it's just one arch smaller than the blue arch, the cloud cover. I'm going to take this, I'm just going to put it here in the corner, press and hold, and pull that up. Perfect. All right, stick this on here. Yeah, they have sold out a couple of times because they're so gorgeous. Everybody loves them. All right, so I'm going to start with the leaves. And for the leaves, what I did was I took our Mossy Meadow, and I like to use the I guess I call it the bullet end, but the more it's not the brush end, it's the other one. And I just colored in all the way, all the leaves here. And this is the light of the Mossy Meadow. And I'm going to go back with the dark Mossy Meadow and do a little bit of accent in the middle. You can also do where you put the dark down first and then go over it with the light. I tend to, it depends on what I'm coloring, I think, as to which way I go. For this one, I wanted that dark to come through at the end, as opposed to it being a little bit more of a shading color. So I did the dark at the end instead of shading with it. But do you guys like to use your blends? I love to color. And I know for a while I would color everything before I got on my live so you guys didn't have to watch me color, but quite a few people have said they like to watch me color, so we are coloring today. I love this Mossy Meadow. I don't use Mossy Meadow very much because it's so dark, but it's perfect with this bundle. It fits it so well. Let's see, these are, yep, those are leaves too. Forgot how many leaves were on here. Put these in. For when I did the roses, I used Petal Pink on that and Timid Tiger. And I think it came out beautifully. It was fun playing around with all the colors to see what it looked like. How to get the different colors on it that it has here. I was like, how did they do that? So I just stamped a whole bunch of flowers and I just tested out my colors. That's one of my things that I love to do when I get a new set, whether it be a stamp set or bundle. I just love to fiddle around with all the colors. I cut out a whole bunch of the die cuts in different colors to start out with so that I can mix and match and see what goes with what. I'm one of those people that I just like to play around and see what all my options are before I commit to my color palette. All right, last leaf. There we go. All right, then, where's my lid? Here it is. I just went back with the dark Mossy Meadow, and I used that same bullet in there, and I just went through, and on that little line that Stampin' Up puts there for you, I just went through and I just colored right over that line. And that kind of gives it that little bit of dimension that it's kind of needing to pop it a little bit. Oh, isn't that beautiful? So pretty. And as it dries, it kind of meshes in with the light. Hi Tisha, how are you doing? Hope you had a great Monday. All right. Now the fun part, we're gonna do the flowers. So how I did this, I started out with light petal pink. I colored all of it in light petal pink, which is pretty easy. You just color the whole thing in. Aren't these flowers gorgeous? I just love them so much. They're very elegant. This would make a beautiful anniversary and wedding cards. So pretty. Very feminine. All right, and then we're going to do this one here. There we go. And then, put that right there. I'm just going to color these in. There we go. All right. I'm going to leave this out because I'm going to need it again. So I'm going to take light Timid Tiger, which is like an orange. It's kind of a mix between pumpkin, our pumpkin pie, and our peach pie. It's like if they had a baby, it's like that's Timid Tiger, to me at least. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go around these edges here, just every so often. I'm not going to do the whole edge, just some of it, because I just want some of that color to come through. And I'm only going to do one flower at a time because I don't want it to dry too much, because I want to be able to blend it in. Alright, so let me get this up here so you can see. So I just loosely put some lines down of that Timid Tiger, just kind of at the edge there. And then I'm going to go back with my light petal pink, and I'm just going to color right over those lines and kind of try to blend it in with that petal pink that's underneath it. And that's just going to give it a little bit of that dark edge that I have on here. If you can see that. It's got those little bit of dark edges there. Isn't that beautiful? That's so pretty. So, and I went over it a couple of times to get it to the shade that I wanted. And I did find that as I went over it with my petal pink, I would go over it a couple of times and then I would move on and go back over it again, and that kind of helped it, I guess, get a little bit gave it a little bit more I guess like the alcohol part of it to let it go together and marry with that petal pink there. Alright, then I'm just going to take this again. Oh, that's the brush tip. I don't like the brush tip. I'm just going to go over a couple of these again, just where I kind of want it a little bit darker. And you just kind of build on your color. Build on that, whatever color you're going to do. So if you were going to do, like, let's say you were going to do Pretty in Pink, and then maybe you're going to do maybe Berry Burst on it, just do little tiny lines and then blend them in. That way you're not getting too much of that color that you might not want it that dark. That's what I really liked about this. It just kind of slowly made it the color that I liked, and I could add more if I wanted. Alright, so there's that one. Now I'm going to do the same thing here. Just going to do a couple little lines around, and it's okay if it's not like on the actual line of the stamp that Stampin' Up gave us. It's flowers, they grow how they grow, you know, so they're not always on their lines there. You pretty much just, you know, you're shading it in, so you're not necessarily going to see where you drew those lines. I think this one's going to be good just like this. And it's pretty easy. It's not too difficult. It's just coloring right over it. Alright, I might do a touch. Nope, I did the brush end again. I need to, see, I have tape on these. That's the brush end, so I know which side is the brush end, and I haven't labeled my new ones yet. Because these are the new end colors, and I need to label them. And it's also good when I take them out for our team meetings. I know that they're mine. Alright. And then we're going to do the same thing for this flower here. And, let's see, let me show you how I did this one. This one was a little bit more on the orange side. But I thought it was so pretty. And I kind of did a little squiggle there in that center of the leaf where it's, or the petal where it's coming out of the center of that flower just to give it a little bit of extra color there. So you see here in the middle, I also did a couple little squiggles there. And then again, you just go right over and it will blend it right in. So pretty. And you could do the darker petal pink if you wanted. I thought that the lighter matched a bit better with this pattern on the paper, which is why I went with the lighter petal. But I tested it all the way around. I did all sorts of colors. All right. We'll go a little bit less orange on this one. We'll go more timid tiger than timid tiger. All right. And then for the middle here, what I did was I did the dark petal pink. And I just kind of went over it just quickly, just a little bit. All right, and so that's how I did the coloring for these. Aren't they beautiful? They're so pretty. And this one here, we need to cut this one out. So I'm gonna grab my machine here. I'm going to line this up with my large cutout die here. And I like to use this is called mint tape. It's I guess because it's mint, but it's kind of like a post-it note tape. It's not very sticky. It'll hold your die in place, but it won't leave like a residue on there. So it's easy to take off and you're not going to have any sticky parts after it. So I'm just going to stick my top plate here, right there. And I'm going to run this through. Super easy. Perfect. Then I can pop this out. Put these over here. And see how easy that pops right off? Perfect. And there we go. We have our flower. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, it's so pretty. You would never know that that's timid tiger in there. It doesn't look orange. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna put this piece inside here. And I'm gonna do that with my green glue. Let's go around here. And I'm just going to center it here. It's so pretty. I love the way it looks with the detail here on the side, and you have it twice because you've got it on the blue and you've got it on the white. It's so pretty. All right, then I am going to take my flower here. It's going to go right in here. Just like that. I want to get my, this is from our paper pumpkin dies for the last quarter. I think we just are starting a new set of dies. But I got this from those paper pumpkin dies. So if you have paper pumpkin, then you can go. I'm pretty sure this is still out there and you can order that. Yes, I used Mossy Meadow on this one. And I did Thanks for Being You. So I'm going to grab my block here. And I really need to re-ink this pad. So I'm hoping it's going to be pretty dark. But I've got to re-ink it. I swear I just re-inked it, but it doesn't look like I did when I stamped. Alright. I'm going to center this here. Stamp it down and hold it for a second. Isn't that pretty? Look at that font. So beautiful. All right, I'm going to close this up before I get it on me. And then we can assemble. So I'm going to put my sentiment down first. So I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to put 3 dimensionals down. Take these off. And then I'm just going to place it on here. Whoops. There we go. So pretty. Then I'm going to stick this guy right here. I just want to make sure that nothing goes over the edge of the petal pink edge here. Oh, thanks, Jen. It is. It's so pretty. I love these. I love these florals. All right, so I just need to make sure I know where I'm putting my dimensionals. So those are going to go there. And I need one right here. All right. Going to pop this off. To make sure that my leaves don't go over the edge here, but I do want to make sure that I'm covering up the foil, at least underneath this area right here. Perfect. Then we have our three leaves here, and I'm just going to flip this over. I'm just going to put a couple. I think I need to cut these again because they're a little bit. These leaves are a little bit on the smaller side, and I don't want to get it on there and then be able to see the dimensional. That's never good, right? We don't want to see our dimensionals. We want to use them, but we don't want to see them on there. All right. And then I'm going to do one more right here. Pull these off here. I have this bowl here to corral them, because otherwise I will get these all over the place. All right, so I'm going to stick this guy. Stuck to my finger. I'm going to stick him under here. And have him go down. You need to go in more, sir. There we go. Because I don't want it over too far here, because I want to be able to have it open. We need to have it be able to open there. Perfect. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one. And this one I just want to make sure I know where not to put. So I don't want to put dimensionals there or on this one or that one. So we're just going to do one on the top here. And then I will glue those little tiny pieces, the little pieces that are going to be on top of our sentiment here. Let's stick this down here. I'm just going to pop that one right there, and then I'm only going to put glue under this one right here, just to make sure it's not going to wiggle itself out of there. Hold that for a second. Okay. Then this one, these are Mossy Meadow, and this one is Old Olive. And this guy's going to go right in here. I liked doing one a slightly different color because I thought that it gave it a little bit more of a variation in color. Because that's kind of how the paper is, the DSP is. It's they're not all, you know, the dark Mossy Meadow. They have a little bit of the brightness coming through. So I wanted to make sure that I had that as well with my die cuts here. And then I'm just going to stick this guy right in here and push him down. And then I used our antique pearls here. We have 3 different sizes on here, and I thought these were very elegant for this card. So I'm going to pull one of these large ones, put it up here. Let's do the medium. I'll put you right here. And then this little tiny one will go up here, right there. And that is our final card. Isn't that beautiful? So it opens here. We have our beautiful little flower. And then I didn't do the inside, but that's okay. You open it and you can write your message here. Or you can write your message here, however you want. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you, Anna. All right, so I want to show you everything we've made tonight. So we have our first card, and then we have our second card and our third. You'll have to let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. I'm not sure. They're all so beautiful. And they serve different purposes, right? So, so pretty. Oh, I had so much fun creating these. All right. Yes, thank you, Anna. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. That really helps my channel. I greatly appreciate that. Hello. So my next live is going to be next Monday, June 30th at 6:30 p.m. I'm going to be doing the Just a Note bundle. This is also a new bundle coming out with the online exclusives in July. It is such a cute bundle. It's kind of like a little note. It's kind of got a little pad looking die, so you can, and it's got the stamp that has the lines. It's going to be so cute. You definitely want to join in because I'm going to make some really, really cute stuff with that. All right. Anna likes one. I know that this one is so pretty, isn't it? Makes me think of Beauty and the Beast. So pretty. Okay. If you haven't already, go ahead and follow me on all my socials. I have Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. All of them are linked in the description. Also, I have playlists that are listed in the description. Yes, it does. Yes, definitely Beauty and the Beast. That was my inspiration for it, actually, for this one right here. Beautiful. Definitely. I love that card. This is one of the cards I'll keep for years to come. Yep, and then 3. Yeah, this one's gorgeous too, with that petal pink on it and the coloring. Yeah, so pretty. All right, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead, put this down in the comments so I can say thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I had so much fun creating these cards. I hope that you loved them as much as I did when I created them. And thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me tonight. I love chatting with you guys. So definitely join me again. I love going live. And I will see you right back here next Monday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time for a brand new video. Bye.